Hey, what up my super friends? Long time no see, man. I am Amo Acebo. Thanks for watching the vid. If you're new here, my friend, if you're new to the channel, I talk about comic books. I give my reviews on comic books. I talk about Marvel Comics, DC Comics, everything revolving superheroes. I give commentary on the news. I talk about movies, TV shows, video games, all of that cool stuff, and Star Wars, like today's video. This is my review for The Last Jedi, full with spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, come back and watch my video. Or if you don't care about spoilers, watch the video with me. So hey, whatever you want. I went to San Antonio and I saw The Last Jedi on premiere night on Thursday. And let me just say, man, it's way different. Something that I didn't expect. But hey, I loved it. Yes, I am one of the... I am in the majority, because a lot of people hated the movie. This is what I found online, that either you loved the movie or you hated it, because a lot of people in the negative side are just like throwing shit at the movie. They're like, hey man, I fucking hated this. I don't like it. They shouldn't have done this, and Rian Johnson fucked this thing up, and blah blah blah. A lot of bullshit going on. But I really loved the movie. I really liked it. Really cool stuff. A lot of new things. A lot of unexpected turns and reveals, and really different movie. So this is my review. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the movie. I'm also going to be making different videos, several videos on the biggest questions the movie raised, some Easter eggs, and a lot of cool things that I found in the movie. That several videos are coming, so a lot of content on Star Wars. This video might be long, so enjoy the ride. Sit down, get some snacks. I don't know, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be more of a talk with you guys. I have a bunch of notes that I wrote down. I'm gonna be kind of reading because it's a lot of thoughts, man. I had to write down my stuff. So hey, let's start with the story, the big one, the narrative. This is kind of tricky for me. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the story, the narrative. This is not as strong as The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens was like a New Hope, a rehash, if you will, a remix. I concur with people in that sense. It is the same thing as Episode 4. But man, The Last Jedi is nothing like Empire Strikes Back. It has some little similar things, but in The Last Jedi, they are on the run. They're always running. They are always fleeing on the ropes. I mean, the heroes get beaten down and suffer major losses in this movie, and that is something I really liked. I like that. I like watching the heroes struggle, like Spider-Man 2. Ryan in Spider-Man 2, I mean, Peter was like dealing with life and shit, so this is pretty cool. Rian Johnson removes the sense of hope just for it to come back stronger in the end. And The Last Jedi also challenges itself with moments that, if they mishandled them, they could easily have tainted Star Wars in the same way that many people feel the prequel trilogy did. So it almost went that way. Instead, it navigated those narrative rapids really well. However, there are some negatives in the story, in the plot, in the narrative. The Resistance have their hands full with their fleet's pursuit by First Order Armada. So they're escaping the First Order. They cannot fully escape thanks to the possession of a tracking device. This tracking device, the weakest of the major plot threads, involves Finn, who travels to a distant world, another distant world, to find this code breaker. This code breaker who will help him infiltrate the First Order flagship and turn off the tracker. And yes, this might as well be called MacGuffin. So there are some negatives. I didn't like that. I also didn't like the whole sequence with Finn and Rose in Canto Bight. I read the Canto Bight book and it wasn't that good. It's just a bunch of stories mixed together. But it did give me a sense of what Canto Bight looked like. And in the movie, it looked beautiful. Canto Bight was beautiful, but hey, it doesn't distract from the negatives. It just took me a little bit out of the movie. It took me a little bit of, like, what the hell was going on? Big changes, and I didn't like that. For similarities, well, the writer-director Rian Johnson, this movie, The Last Jedi, does feature another battle with AT-ATs on a snow-covered planet. It's the same thing as Empire. Also, we get the Imperial or First Order effort to wipe out a rebel base with powerful space-based weapons. We get another subplot about a Jedi traveling to a distant planet to be mentored in the Force. We get another alien-filled cantina, like the cantina in Empire, but this one is a casino. So another infiltration of an enemy vessel to turn off a crucial piece of hardware, like I stated, which is the tracking device. We have another lightsaber battle between the former master and pupil. We have a crucial scene that bears notable resemblance to the Luke, Vader, Emperor climax of Return of the Jedi. The movie relies on a lot of familiar tropes, quite a bit, a lot of familiar tropes. However, Ryan flips their sequences. He toys with their meaning, and in that crucial scene, especially, he sets up certain expectations and then confounds them. So even though this movie has some similar things to Empire, Ryan flips it a lot. So it's kind of different, the same, but different enough. The way this movie was shot is beautiful. I saw it in IMAX, like I said, and I just appreciate it more. I appreciated Ryan and the crew's work even more. It's grandiose scenes, man. Epic sceneries. Canto Bight looked amazing. This casino city with different alien species and a Vegas theme looked fancy as fuck. It did feel like we were in space, traveling to all these planets and remote locations. Act 2 really showcased Luke's life as a hermit. The dark, gloomy, and sometimes rainy island was a perfect mirror to what Luke was going through. Amazing stuff visually. A big one for most people, the comedy. The Last Jedi might be, scene for scene, the Star Wars movie that attempts the most jokes. But it never dispels the tension when a scene needs tension, or undercuts gravitas when a scene needs the gravitas. I love the comedy, man. I love the comedy in the movie. I didn't feel it was forced. And it's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit that some people are calling it MCU humor. The fuck? This humor in The Last Jedi had perfect timing. And that is because of the actors. Daisy Ridley, Mark Hamill, and Oscar Isaac specifically, those three killed it. Their sense of timing was on point. Right from the beginning, post-interaction with Hux, that set up the tone for the movie, at least on the comedy side. I knew what we were getting into, and I loved it. What the humor was gonna be like, it was cheesy in some parts, but Star Wars cheesy. Just the type I like, and I enjoyed. That's what I've read in some books and comics, that type of comedy. Really feel-good content, and nothing was overdone. And of course, woven in between among the inevitable space battles and blaster shootouts and narrow escapes, really amazing action in the movie. The space and ground battles in the film are outstanding. The bombers in the beginning, specifically, the intensity I felt when the last chick, forgot her name, in the bomber was struggling, even though I expected her to succeed. The way it played out, it got me at the edge of my seat. Also the final battle in Crate, it has to take it. That is the best part of a movie. The AT-ATs and the AT-M6s crushing the resistance looked ominous and strong, powerful. In lightsaber battles, the throne room fight is one of the best just Star Wars moments. Just everything in the history of Star Wars. I think it just became my second favorite lightsaber battle of all time. It's not a duel. That's why it's not in the duel category. It's a battle because there's Kylo, Rey, and the guards. It's not saber on saber, but it's an action piece revolving the laser swords, man. It just takes it. Amazing. And also, like I said, the Praetorian guards, dude, they're skillful as fuck. Fuck out the way, Imperial guards. Y'all didn't do shit. These guards had their own distinctive weapons and fighting style. That's what I loved. This reminded me of the comic Crimson Empire, where we got to see the life of an Imperial Guard, how they trained and devoted their lives to the protection of the Emperor. They're badasses. And it's sad that we never saw the Imperial Guards in the movies. be that way until now. I mean, Praetorian Guards, man, they're freaking good. For the characters, let me start with the First Order General Hux. I mean, played by Domhnall Gleeson, he turned his knob for arrogant up to 11, dude. Hux has always been shouting, and with this face, and now he cranked it up a lot. He played an excellent Hux, really cool comedy and arrogance by him. Oscar Isaac's Poe Dameron, he gets more to do than he did in the previous installments, though much of it is confined to bickering with his superiors, especially, well, first a little bit of Leia. He bickered with Leia a little bit, but then Vice Admiral Emmeline Hodo, played by Laura Dern, there was a lot of bickering there. She dismisses Poe, not unreasonably, I mean, I do get it why, as a trigger-happy flyboy. Also, one of the biggest negatives, why didn't she just tell Poe her plan in the movie? The ships are running out of fuel, death is imminent, and Poe just gets scared. I mean, he starts a mutiny and just a bunch of bullshit happens that I just didn't like. All she had to do was tell everyone what was going on. That's it. She could have put the ship in autopilot, also autopilot the ship where she left, and escape in this escape pod. I mean, it's just a lot of negatives there in the plot. She could have survived. She didn't have to die. It's weird. Also, Poe Dameron's comedy was consistent with the character, man. A lot of people are saying that he had a lot of comedy in the movie and they didn't like it. It fits with the character. I mean, he was that way in Force Awakens. Also in the comics and his series of Poe Dameron in the comic books, he's this way. He's a jokey character. So I do get it, and it fits the character. Maz Kanata felt super hammered in. The only reason she is in the movie was because she was in The Force Awakens. And they were like, we got Kanata. We gotta get her in the movie some way. So that's what I felt. Everything with her is really badly managed. How does Finn even know Maz Kanata? It's just a bunch of bullshit. It just didn't make sense. Like Phasma. Captain Phasma. Again, a thrown away, super awful character. Never did shit. She just looked cool and is really tall. I mean, I read the Phasma book by Delilah Dawson, I think. Yes. And the comic book, The Road to the Last Jedi, something like that. I read those and it gave me hope because I thought they were going to make her a better character. But no, man. She was an unnecessary player in the movie again. And I hope she's dead. I hope she did die in that fire because I don't want to see her anymore. It's just bad. Benicio del Toro's DJ. Another one of the why. Why did they do this? I mean, DJ, according to the Star Wars Visual Dictionary, his character DJ, he uses the alias of DJ as an acronym for the phrase, "Don't join." He actually has the motto stamped on the tin plate on his hat to reinforce the world view that the big powers of the Resistance and the First Order are both flawed and not worthy of his dedication and passion. So that's a cool message, a cool little did you know fact. Also his sermon to Finn that it's all just a machine. It came at a big moment in the movie as Finn, Rey and Poe were all facing moments of truth with darkness looming over them. Of course, ultimately the film seems to favor the message, hope and rebellion over DJ's cynical view. But there will be a lot of fans who want to see more of the character in the future. I just hated him in the movie. He didn't work for me at all. It was just a throwaway character like Phasma. The stuttering didn't make me laugh. It's just cringy for me. DJ is one of the worst things in the movie. That's what I think. I hated DJ. Carrie Fisher's General Leia is awfully good as the wary but stalwart General Leia. The actress's premature death last year after production had concluded was really heartbreaking for a lot of people, a little bit for me. She was also intended to play this crucial role in the trilogy's third installment. Like Harrison Ford, Han Solo did in the first one, Mark Hamill's Luke did in this one. Also, flying Leia. Leia survived space. She was frozen. She was frozen. She was almost dead. And she just flew across space with the Force. Supergirl Leia. I mean, what the shit, man? She was in space, freezing. She was presumed dead, of course. And all of a sudden, she flies? Like, legit flies in space. Leia has never been shown to be proficient with the Force. Now we are hit with a Leia Supermaning in space. Frozen and shit. Really crazy. Took me by surprise. I laughed a lot with my friends in the theater. But man, we know she is Force sensitive. She is. She can feel things and talk to Luke from light years away. But she has never done something crazy like this. It's just crazy. I've always said that the perfect ability to give Leia is battle meditation. That's perfect. She has always been a leader. And why not give her the ability to empower people's spirits in the battlefield? Fill them with hope and make them stronger, better warriors. I just think they could have made Leia more of a badass. Of a Force user badass. In the comics and the books as well. It's just a big missed opportunity with Leia. And I felt she could have done way more. But man, Carrie Fisher will be missed. I don't know what they're going to do in episode 9. I'll probably talk about that in another video, explain and give my thoughts on that and something else. This is a review. Now we start with the big ones, the biggest characters in the movie. This is Luke Skywalker. I'm going to talk a lot more about him in my biggest questions or the biggest why people are hating on the movie video. A separate video that I'm going to be uploading maybe tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about Snoke, Rey's parents, Luke, a lot of Luke, and the ending of a movie. That's going to be a separate video. But for Luke in this movie, he went to the island to die, man. The Jedi have to end. He just wants to be alone. And we learned that the reason for his Barash vow, that he just left everything, left the Force also. Yeah, he left the Force, I think. We learned that the reason for that is his failure on training Kylo and his journey to the dark side. Now, this moment where Luke contemplates killing Kylo is one of the biggest negatives for a lot of people with due reason. Luke is, or was the most hopeful character in Star Wars. He saw the best in people and he never gave up on Vader. Mark Hamill was right when he said he disagreed with every decision Rian Johnson made. And I agree with Mark, man. I fucking hated to see Luke think about killing his own nephew. I mean, what the fuck? If Luke saw that Ben was conflicted, he had to help him, dude. Guide him. Get closer to him. Not end his life. Even though I hated this decision, it did make for an interesting story. That kicked off the story. The Last Jedi probably does the best job of any Star Wars film of capturing the allure of the dark side and the spiritual turmoil, disagreement that would lead to the embrace of that side. When Luke was in this final confrontation versus the First Order, and Kylo and he tanked all the lasers, all the AT-AT shots. He was just standing there and he shook the dust off the shoulder. He rubbed the shoulder there. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was clapping like a crazy mofo. I'm like, I thought we just witnessed Legends Luke Skywalker. I was like, what? I mean, they're really doing this? The most OP character in Star Wars. That we're doing justice to that. All that hype and happiness was just decimated when we learned it was a Force projection. I'm like, oh man, come on. I was just so pumped. I'll talk more about this in my other video. I'll explain everything in separate videos. But Rian Johnson's Luke disappointed me a shit ton. However, Mark Hamill's performance was fucking amazing. The best he's been as Luke. He killed it. And I love the Mark a lot. I'll talk about everything else that happened with his character in my other video. But Luke, Kylo Ren, and Rey. They shared the strongest scenes in the movie, hands down, dude, hands down. The new ability of Force communication across the galaxy, the Force calling, the Force Skyping, it was really cool. It was really cool. Those scenes were so intimate and had me staring with my mouth open like most of the time, but what's going on, dude? That's really cool. It looks nice. I was taking in every time. I was just staring, concentrating a lot. These two ideals they clash. Rey wanted Kylo to go lighter, and Kylo wanted Rey to go darker and join him in conquering the galaxy. That is a big theme in the film. There is no right or wrong. There's just different point of views. Kylo said, let the past die. Kill it if you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be. Rian Johnson did kill something. Several things and people. Kylo smashes his helmet, and all of the things Kylo goes through just shows Adam Driver's range as an actor. Daisy, Adam Driver, they killed it in the movie. I loved every scene they were in, and he buffed up a little bit. He got a little buff for the film. Appreciate that. Of course, in the ending, the film is stating that anyone can be a Jedi. The kid in the end is not some super powerful mofo. He's just another Jedi. The Jedi won't end. They are being born again, and the Order might be once more. I want to be explaining a lot more. I'm going in depth of this. I'm going to be talking about it in my other video, like I said. My friends, The Last Jedi is a fantastic film, full with amazing Star Wars moments, the best moments in history, in the film's history also. I know there are several things I didn't talk about, like Yoda and many other questions the film raises. I will be making other videos explaining everything and giving my thoughts on what is next for the franchise. Many more videos coming, a lot. The movie is a great addition to Star Wars canon, but I feel J.J. Abrams' Episode 9 will take greater chances. It has to take all of these stories and give it to us, the final thing, in a coherent package. So really cool stuff happening and will be coming later on. Also, I will be making a separate video on what I think is next and will probably happen in Episode 9, the next film, the last of this trilogy. In my opinion, my friends, The Last Jedi was better than The Force Awakens. Yeah, come at me, man. I enjoyed this movie much more than The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens had a better story, a better story narrative, even though it was a rehash of Episode 4. This thing is just full with moments, full with... I was clapping in the theater. All the people were screaming and laughing. Super amazing audience to watch with, my friends. This just felt good. I loved it. I will also be making a video ranking the movies now that The Last Jedi is out. Really cool stuff, man. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching my long-ass review of The Last Jedi. I am Emo Acebo. If you enjoyed, please click the like button, my friend. Subscribe if you like Star Wars, Marvel Comics, DC Comics, all that good stuff. Please follow me on my social media. Twitter, I post a lot on Twitter. Make sure to follow my Twitter. My Instagram. Check out my other videos on the channel right now. I got some comic book reviews, some old news if you want to check that shit out. More videos coming, Star Wars videos, so subscribe so you don't miss that shit. Click on the little bell icon so you get notifications. And that's it, man. Thanks for being here. If you got all the way through, I appreciate that. I love the movie. Tell me in the comments down below if you liked it or not. Tell me your thoughts, your opinions, your review in the comments down below. Memo Sebo, I thank you again. And of course, I'll see you on the next one.